Hi guys, Tech is here. Today we're playing some Aerofly FS 2020 where we're going to be teaching you how to start up the Airbus A320. So the first thing you want to do, go to the aircraft selection, come to the load, and we go to the A320. Your airline of choice is completely up to you. In this case I'm just going to go random, Gulf Air. Then you want to choose your starting location. Here we're going to Denver and just to that white plane there. Then you want to set your navigation as to where you're doing. I've already done it. We're going to Los Angeles. And as you can tell, these little they're like stars, they are called waypoints. They are VOR towers that the aircraft daisy chains along, and I've just put a few in place to represent a realistic flight plan. So now we can go to the start button, and here we'll be put in our Airbus A320. Right, so the first thing you want to do is go over to the overhead panel, turn on the batteries, on fuel pumps, turn on the external power, go to the navigation lights, turn them to on, and turn the strobes, turn the strobes to automatic. Right, the next thing you want to do is go to this here, which controls the brightness of the screen there, and turn that, flip that over so that will turn on. And then this, you want to pull so that arrow there is facing to the right side, and then scroll the outside round to turn that on as well. To do this, to turn on these screens, turn on eCam, you've got that switch there, and just scroll that round, same with that, and now come on. Next, you can increase the brightness of that. There you go. And then turn these on again, so the same thing. And that. Right, so now all the onboard displays are now working. We can, oh god. Right, so now what we want to do is now since on, want to program the MCU, the flight management computer. No, sorry, the FMC, flight management computer. So I want to go to the initiation, plug in our flight number. So obviously here you would search, or you already know the code for your airport. So Denver, we got KDEN, and Los Angeles is KLX. KLALX, sorry. Yep, and then all the rest, and a cost index you want to fill in, which in this case a good starting point is between 20 and 30, so we're going to go 25. Obviously, flight level you can't change in the simulator yet. So if I go FL, I don't know, 350, which is what I want, doesn't let you plug it in. So next you want to go to the second page of initialization. This, you can't do anything anyway. If you wanted to go fuel on board, which will be 7.48, it is already plugged there. Zero fuel weight and centre of gravity is already plugged. What you would do next is you'd go to flight plan. What you would do is you plug in your waypoints, which I'm not used to on the A320, because there you go, you press direct to, and then you plug your waypoints there. But obviously we have plugged some, but that was in the flight on the main page. So now the FMCU is nearly done. You want to go to flight plan. I will be a bit rusty at this because I'm used to A320 Neo in Microsoft Flight Simulator, which I will be streaming when it drops on Xbox. So then what you want to do is go to KDEN, click on that. Now we're going to be setting up our SID, our standard instrument departure. So you want to go to departure and choose your runway. In this case, I'm going to use, what's the one I have one already marked where I want to go. It is to the left, so this is first runway 34 left and temporary insert. So there you go, the waypoint is now there. Now that is done. Usually in a flight simulator where that would be completely unset up and you have to do all of it, but the majority of it is done. Therefore you can go back to flight plan. Or no, one last thing, you would want to, everything's already set on there, leave it on takeoff. The V speeds you can leave, the transition altitude. In the US, I don't actually know what it is, so I'll quickly look that up. It's 18,000 feet, so that's correct. And the air pressure in here is, unlike pretty much everywhere else, it's not in QNH, it's in, wait, no, it's in, it is in hectopascal, no, it's in mercury over here, so we'd measure this in mercury. Five should be HG, which is not letting me use for some reason, so we'll just have to go there. It should be fine. We'll just replicate it in this then, which you actually can't. No, you can. It's just very slow to go down. Go with that. Now obviously you would turn your beacons on, show ground crew that you are ready to, or if you are pushing back, in this case we aren't, to clear the area, and then the TAC will turn that to taxi, because we are about to taxi, and then you want to apply a little bit of throttle to the aircraft to get it moving. Now that checklist there, we do not need to worry about yet, as we will be doing that when we get to the runway to take off. So just apply a little bit of throttle, and obviously it's not going to be that easy to navigate this airport in the dark, so we'll do our best. Right guys, now we are holding short of the runway, what you want to do is just perform a quick visual inspection that no one is on the runway or approaching, or no one is taking off or approaching from this side. Now we want to turn the co-pilot's navigation to arc and to zoom radius to 20. Now I'm going to go on the runway, apply a little bit of throttle. Actually, we're not actually going to apply that. It's just to get the plane moving. Then let's turn onto the runway. And in the dark, the centre line is just the single dotted lines, not the ones are 3 in a row. They are the side lines. You do not want to take off or land down them, down the single line of white lights. Now I want to bring the aircraft to a complete halt on the runway. Here we are going to set the flaps to 1. Set the spoilers to armed. Auto brake to max. And now I'm going to turn the seat belts to on, no smoking on, landing lights on, nose lights to take off. And now we are ready to take off. So what I want to do is apply 40% throttle. Ignore that. Get to positive knots. Now whack it up to 100% throttle. Push down on the nose. 80 knots. V1, rotate. Make sure you have a positive rate before bringing the landing gear up. Turn on the flight director, flaps to the down position. Bring the throttle down to climb, which is the second click. Now we continue our climb. Now we can take a right turn here. Ignore that little heading thing there, we will turn it off in a minute. Now, once we are stable, keep that nose up. We can it's not letting us. We can now turn on the autopilot, which is not working sadly at the moment. It should let the Airbus control it, but it's not. It says heading and nav, which shouldn't be what it should be. It should just be nav, don't know why it's doing it, but it is very annoying. Altitude to 32,000 feet, which is our cruising altitude today. Our initial climb, wrong way, is 3,000 feet per minute. Obviously not too high. Let's try as much as possible to just let that be nav, and there we go, it's worked now. So now the Airbus A320 is now airborne, on its way to Los Angeles, no problem whatsoever. Now we can just let it climb to our transition altitude, and as soon as we get to the transition altitude, that's it really. Nearly there. 15,000, 16,000, 17, 18,000. So now turn that to standard. Do the same for the autopilot. Oh, standard. Everything is now perfect. The Airbus is on its way now to Los Angeles. And yeah, join me next time for another flight sim video where we'll be going through, well, probably it'll be a full flight from Denver to Los Angeles. Until then, stay safe, have a good day, and if you did like it, please consider dropping a like and subscribing. And until the next video, it's goodbye from me, and see you soon.